Hi, I'm Bryan Davis, and you are watching Trumpet Flicks.
Hi, this is Bruno Garcia and this is Trumpet Flicks. Today we have like a great visit here in the studio with one of the best lead trumpet players in the world, Mr. Bryan Davis. He's playing with the Duke Ellington Orchestra in São Paulo. Now is a good chance to have like a little chat with.
For sure.
Before we start, I want to thank you for coming here.
Of course, my pleasure.
And
Thank
doing
you for
this
having me.
with us. First of all, what equipment do you play?
I'm a Shargle artist. I've been playing this Shargle James Morrison Meister Series trumpet for about 11 or 12 years now. And so it's the trumpet I play all of the time. I love this horn, it's a great thing. I play a number of different mouthpieces. This is my Shargle Approdato, my custom piece that they made for me. It's made from a mouthpiece actually that Carl Hammond made originally, and they converted it to the Approdato. And I have a couple of other mouthpieces when I'm playing different things, but that's the equipment I play all the time.
All the time?
All the time.
You don't change mouthpiece for other stuff?
I play mouthpieces, different mouthpieces for different things. I have my Roger Ingram lead mouthpiece for when I'm playing lots of high note gigs and high note lead trumpet. This is the mouthpiece I can play 75% of the things that I play on. And so when we play the Duke Ellington Orchestra like we did last night, then I'm going to play the high note mouthpiece a lot of the time because I have to play a lot of high notes. But just generally in life, when I play all kinds of different things, people know about me because of high note videos and things like that, but I play everything. So this is the middle of the road mouthpiece. I can play high on it when I need to. I can play low on it good when I need to, and everything in between that makes a nice sound. And then beyond that, if I need to go for something more orchestral sounding, I have that. That's a Warburton 7MV mouthpiece that I play when I'm playing low in a trumpet section in a big band, or if I'm playing Broadway things, or maybe some light classical music. I don't play a lot of orchestral gigs, but sometimes. But otherwise, this is the main thing. The lead mouthpiece is the famous one because all the videos are of high notes, but that's 10% of what I do.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, it's these guys.
Okay. And you are from England, born
Originally,
in England?
Yeah.
But now you live in New York City?
That's correct.
You are like a freelancer musician in New York City. And what kind of work do you do there? Okay,
so I do play a lot of big bands. I play a good amount of lead trumpet in big bands. So some of the bands that I do in New York are Arturo Farrell's Latin Jazz Orchestra, the Afro-Latin Jazz Orchestra, where I play third trumpet. I play Charlie Rosen's 8-Bit Big Band, the video game music big band that you may have seen on YouTube. I play lead trumpet in that band. I do the Duke Ellington Orchestra on the road. I quite often play Blood, Sweat and Tears dates on the road. And so I travel a lot. I'm based in the city. I also play some Broadway shows, sub over there and do things like that. Occasional different studio sessions that arise.
And when did you start on trumpets? How old were you?
I was 7 years old when I first started playing trumpet.
Okay, and now that is the famous question. The high range for you, it was something natural or something that you have to build?
It was definitely something that I had to build. I always say that even when I was young, but my talent in that compared to the other kids I grew up with, we all played in bands and things together, they decided that things were hard and they were impossible. So maybe you had to play a high C or a high D for something in orchestra, and they were like, oh, that's so high, I can't do that. And I was like, I'll do it, it's okay. How do you do that? No idea. I'll figure it out. So it's not that I was necessarily good at doing it, I was just willing to try. When I first started playing big band music when I was about 15 years old, I was playing fourth trumpet in the big band in a youth band, and the guy playing first trumpet there, just for that first year, he was already in his 20s. He was maybe 23 or 24, and he was still kind of hanging on with the band because he could play all the high notes written in the first trumpet charts. Even though he, wasn't a student anymore or anything like that, he would still play. Some of those things came in the other parts. And the guys, my friends who were a year or two older than me, who played second and third trumpet, they were like, no, we can't play that. And so the conductor was like, Bryan, do you want to play it? And I was like, yeah, sure, what have I got to play? I was got a high F. I was like, okay. They were like, you ever played a high F before? I was like, no. Do you know how to play a high F? No. Try, okay. And I figured it out. And it wasn't good, and it wasn't pretty, and it wasn't easy.
And how old were you when you got you got like a very solid high range? You were comfortable to play the repertoire?
Well, when I was at the end of high school and going to college, I was playing up to about a G over high C on gigs and things and doing that regularly. I had a certain level of comfort with it at that time, but I was doing it the hard way. I was blowing as hard as possible and making my lips hurt and just doing it the most difficult way possible. But I was young and I was pretty strong, and so I could do it. And so I would hurt at the end, and then I would put the horn away and go, oh, it doesn't feel good. And then have to come back and do it again tomorrow. So you get strong in a certain way, but playing that way was the way I did things for about 15 years from that age, end of high school, beginning of college, through the first 15 years of my career. And by the end of that, what I learned was that I hadn't really gotten any better at doing it. I could do it all the time, but I would hurt myself every day. And what got more difficult as I got to be a little bit older was that I didn't heal as quickly. So now it became a problem to hurt myself and then pick the horn up the next day and play. And that's when I got into trouble.
Okay.
And so I really damaged my lip and really had to seek some advice from smarter people than me about a better way to do things. Because I knew that people could do it. And this was, again, I was never limited in my beliefs about it. If I could hear something on a record, it's possible. That's okay. I just didn't figure it out yet, right? Now, if my favorite lead players I would listen to growing up, like Roger Ingram or George Graham or Derek Watkins, or I'm forgetting 9,000 other people I should be thinking of. But the point is, I listen to those things or see them playing concerts, and they can do it all the time. So I was like, okay, there's an easier way to do it than what I'm doing right now. I just don't know what it is yet.
And when was the turnout point from that?
That was in 2006. So that was 18 years ago now. I beat myself up so bad that I just had a cut in my lip, the mark on my lip, which you probably can't see. But if you see me close up, you see the mark on the lip right there. That's not where the mouthpiece goes today. That's where the mouthpiece went 20 years ago.
Did you change the embouchure?
Not really, but I had to. If that spot gets inside my mouthpiece, I can't play. Nothing vibrates. If I get that underneath the rim, everything's fine. And I'm deliberately playing softly now just because of microphones and things, but it works fine and it's great. And so I just have to play a small enough diameter mouthpiece that this can't get inside.
A plataforma JTF AULAS é a primeira e única plataforma multiartista no planeta Terra. Podemos dizer que é a Netflix do trompetista. Dentro da plataforma você encontrará aulas com artistas internacionais como Adam Rapa, Eric Miyashiro, Mark Zaus e muitos outros. A plataforma conta com mais de 1000 minutos em aulas práticas, duetos, masterclass, workshops e rotinas de estudo. Você também terá acesso a aulas com professores de universidades americanas e com professores brasileiros como Otávio Nestares e Bruno Garcia. As videoaulas são interativas, então você tem a chance de praticar junto com o professor. Todo o conteúdo é elaborado pensando nos trompetistas brasileiros. Então, se você não fala inglês, não se preocupe. Todas as aulas com trompetistas internacionais estão legendadas. Tudo isso para facilitar o acesso a um conteúdo de altíssimo nível. Existem 3 planos de assinatura: 3 meses, 6 meses, 12 meses, sendo o mais barato a partir de R$ 14,90 por mês. O link de inscrição está na descrição do vídeo. Tenho certeza que você vai curtir.